Swivel, I can spin that baby around. 5 of them boxes. Ouch. Yeah, that's me hitting my head again. I can go look for it. A little herping this morning. Bust this off, screw that in there, and then I can just take the flexible hose and drop it in. Whoa!
We're starting here, starting right now. 1, 2, 3. We breathe it in. We feel our hearts, they're pounding, rising up to feel the fire dance wild through our veins. We take a chance and know we'll never be the same. Giving it all we got, giving it all. Giving it all we got. Climbing up to the top of the world. No fear, we're gonna make it. Everything we want is ours.
Hey, morning guys, how you doing? How you doing? Craig here on the Tie Farm, and probably can't see it. I can go look for it. A little herping this morning. I actually was gonna make the video, and I walked over here, and I thought I looked at the root of the tree over there underneath the water, and it looked like a big old fat snake. I was like, wow, that'd be cool if I had a big old fat snake. And then I walked over here, and I just was looking down at the camera to turn it on, and then all of a sudden I saw the water separating and going right this, like, oh shit. And I look, and sure enough, water snake, bam, going that way. And he took off that way and went like under the tree. So we can go over there and see if we can see him. He went under the tree. He had a fairly decent sized head. So I'm gonna estimate the length of that little bird to be about at least maybe 4 foot, 3 or 4 foot. And usually they'll hide in the tree area there. Was that him? And then maybe get up on a branch, try and get away. And he's hanging out. Might be hanging out by my fish ponds here. It's teeming with the smaller fish. And all that movement sends a message to the snake. I'll probably look at this video and I'll see him. Sometimes I don't see it, but then later it shows up on the video. I always remember that because I was walking around the pond walking around the other pond a long time ago, when some guy goes, dude, you just stepped over a snake. And I was like, what? And I went back and looked at the video, and sure enough, just walked right over the top of him, and he was like, psh. But I just hope the snake doesn't get up and over, which he totally could do, and then just have a feast and decimate this. He might be cautiously avoiding getting caught in there, because then he could, you know, probably figures, oh, I can't get out. But they do that. They go, whew, they can launch themselves pretty good. But yeah, man, dang it. I gotta remember what I should be doing is in the morning, and certainly now, because it's like when it's really quiet and stuff, is, you know, just do a herp walk around my farm and bring my snake catcher with me. So if I have to, I can grab them. With all this rain, you should probably get more snakes. Chase them out of their snake holes, as well as, you know, everything else gets chased out of their holes, so they're gonna get eaten. But today, and this morning, I kind of already started. Oh my God, I'm on a water challenge again. I decided I'm gonna go ahead and redo my water system here. Just really redo the layout. If y'all remember, this was my first tank, right? That's what we used to use, just that. And then I bought this one and had it over by the house, and you know, would fill that one up from this one over by the house, and then like that. Anyway, well, alrighty then. We're cooking with gas. And that green, it's like fluorescent. All right, well, probably saw that before picture. This is where I'm at now. So you probably hear that pump over there, but anyway, I just moved that assembly back there. I did have to go up a little bit on that angle because the pump was downset right there. That's no matter. So right now that tank is being filled with well water. I used the same, I just did extend it right there. That was about the only matter here. I did keep the same angles and everything here. I didn't have to change any of this. I just moved it wherever I had to move it and make it work. But the other side, I did have to obviously change things. I got my ladder up here, so I was making sure because I had to manually put the alum in there. Anyway, this one used to be the one that went straight down into that blue pump. Well, what I did now, I just have it come straight here and go into this tank. So now the filtered water from the well, after it's already been through the alum process, will go straight into here instead of actually filling that tank. And the idea was to remove this tank, and what I've done here was, so this tank, ideally, so this tank just gets full with clean water and it goes straight into the pump and to the house. But this tank had this existing quick release in this here. What I decided to do was, you know what, I'm going to attach the exact same quick release on the end here, and you can probably see now what I can do. All I really have to do is undo that quick release, pop it off of there. What is that? Like a frog over there or something. Oh, and pop it over there, and then drop this one down, screw it on. So I can use either of these. And what I thought I'd do is, my infinite wisdom, you know, when this will take a minute to fill up because, you know, it doesn't have anything in it right now. As a matter of fact, so when I'm taking that thing off on the bottom, you know, inside these, in there, it has that arm that comes up, right, to catch the water. It doesn't catch the very bottom sediment ones. So when I was moving that thing went down like that on the bottom of the tank. So I had to lay the tank down, crawl in there, straighten it up, but then it wouldn't do it. It was loose, so I had to get in there with my pipe cutter, cut it out, redo that whole thing down in there. Soaking wet. Yeah, oh, ants. Those are the black biting ants. Get off me. I've been wearing my Vans today. Oh man, definitely a plus. But yeah, used the pipe cutter, cut that off, replaced that, worked out great. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying when I was doing that. But while I'm in here in my shop that I was totally dirty, and I cleaned and got dirty again, I cleaned it again. I got a couple big old bags of PVC. I bought a whole bunch of extra caps. As a matter of fact, I need a 1.5 inch cap for my other project over there. Y'all remember from the previous video that I built this, or I had this cart built. I was going to build it, and then I decided to take it over to my fab guy, and he put the wheels on, welded it and stuff, and it was cool. Those are my old wheels, so they're not swivel or anything, but I had my air compressor, and I decided, or I did go buy, wait a minute, I did go buy some, come on, dang man, I did go buy some wheels for that. Come on, you, and here it is right here. So I put the caster wheels that I bought, the spinners, angle iron frame. It's only got 3 of the bolts. The 4th one doesn't matter. Still very stable, very thick metal. These are only like 138 baht, so whatever, $4 each. And I wanted it a little wider so it wouldn't teeter over. But this thing swivels, you can spin it, do whatever you need to. 100% better than me having to pick it up and move it everywhere. Yeah, way better. Oh. These are my, you know, the PVC cutters. Those, do yourself a favor, get one of those. If you're gonna do any PVC, get one of those, have it around. It's way better than cutting with a hacksaw. It always winds up sideways, or you know, or even the grinder. You don't have to worry about the power and all that stuff. And I was cutting so much, kick. I had so much to do that I had to do it fast, man. Anyway, what I've been doing, or I started doing before I even start this, and that's how it goes here on the farm. You know, I'll start a project and I'll think, oh wait a minute, that's, you know what I can do? I can do that right now, and then next thing you know, fucking doing something else. So I started this project the other day, and then it got really it rained me out. That's why I didn't start. As a matter of fact, I started this video the other day. I don't know. I think I probably did this video 3 times. But here, in my wife's little covered garden, I have built these in there. This is a 1/2-inch pipe, and it's got a brass down fitting, and they're adjustable. So I can have a big wide spray or a small spray. Way better than those ones I had, the rubber hose part that, you know, had sprayers on it. My wife had bought like that rubber hose thing right there. Yeah, no, that ain't gonna work. So what I'm doing now is I got the pump over here, and I'm gonna set that pump up so that it takes water out of this tank and into the spraying unit, so that it I'm gonna run the electrical wire all the way over there. I bought new electrical wire, and I can put that on a timer, so I can just leave the water in here. I'll figure out how many, you know, how many times or whatever you can use it before I need to put more water in there. Right now I don't have water throughout the whole property. Later, of course, I'll want to be able to pipe it. I should be able to run a pipe all the way from the back all the way over around the whole thing all the way over here. But for today, or what I did already was I ran that pipe underneath there. I brought it over here down 1/2 inch all the way over here, and now again, I already had this 1 inch to 1/2 inch, so I'm just gonna I'm actually gonna, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I'm gonna elbow this out of here, and then elbow it again to this 1/2 inch pipe. And there's more 1/2 inch pipe, and then this one I needed a coupling for this, so that I can put a piece in between, so I can get over there and have it like that. Yeah, more plumbing. I'm a regular plumber here. Hey, plenty of water here. I thought about just running the pipe into here, which I could, and just suck up that water, the dirty water, which, hell, during the rain season, if it's always full, I might as well put it in there. It's a thought. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. It does have a little bit of a screen on it, so maybe. All right, man, let me get to it, and we'll see if I can't get this one done. We'll get back at you. Well, I think I've got to the point where I get to test it now. But of course, dude, that's a coming. So hopefully I can get a test out of here before it comes, man. But I had to stop for a minute and go around out and get the thing for the end of the pipe. It's called a namtut. It kind of means like your butt, at the end of the pipe. And I got some caunillo. And if you don't know, caunillo or sticky rice, dude, This is food for life. You could, I usually keep this in my back pocket and just leave it there all day or for a couple of days. It's still good. And it's too, it gives you energy. It's just great stuff, man. You can mix it with anything. Eat it with anything. Whew. Whoa. And so, I had a lot of considerations here, mostly because, as I stated earlier, the problem is getting this full of water. There's no water source out here. The only water source is, in fact, this canal that we had dug out. And right now it's full, so I mean, it's only about 1.5 feet deep or something like that. So it's not that deep, but it's got water in it, and that's a water source. But ideally, I want it to come from the tank. So rain will fill that up good, but I need to put screen on there because all this bamboo stuff. Hey, wow, look, I didn't even know there was mangoes there on that mango tree. Cool. Those leaves will just fill this thing up. And I don't want to put a regular cover. I'd rather have a rain cover just so it continually accepts the rain. But the thought process was that, well, where am I going to get the water when it's not raining? If there is water here, and you know, I wanted the pipe to go from the pump, you know, and instead of going through the cement, I just ran it up, over, and then down, so it'll suck up the water that way. But what I'm doing now for the test run is I use this old pipe I had, this old piece of pipe. I put a, you know, one of those valves on it. That's the toot, toot there, so water goes in, but it can't get out. And I built this thing where it's just a little, it's actually like, just like the other pipe. That's what gave me the ideas. If I can do this with one hand, I doubt it. Oh. So the idea was that I would spin this off when I want to fill it with water. Right? Spin this, it's not secure yet, but anyway, come on, bro. I'd spin that off. I'd throw this one on it because it's the exact same fitting. Shaking the camera around all in here. It's the exact same fitting. And then just screw that on there. And for all intentional purposes, it should be able to suck water out of this pond into the pump. And then make it work. But I need, what was I needed to do? Oh, actually, yeah. Oh, two things, that's right. I got two things going here. So right now, that water can suck out of there and spray into, it should be able to spray down here like I planned it, right? But then I also want water, I also want it to be able to fill up this tank. It was like, well, how am I gonna do that? Well, the water still sucks through there, and as it comes through here, I did the same thing. This is a 1 inch, or this is a 1/2 inch quick release. So I got a quick release there, only here, I used an old piece of cut off hose. So I just took the quick release from another one, and now if I want to fill up the tank, I'll bust this off, which I'm going to test them both actually. I'm going to bust this off, screw that in there, and then I can just take the flexible hose and drop it in there and fill up that tank. But for the first part, we want to see that this thing actually works. Even though the pump's not secure, hopefully it doesn't go flying around when I turn the power on. If I can get there before the rain. Here it comes, man, look at that. But one of the things I wanted to do, because there's probably all kinds of glue and debris and shit like that, so I didn't want it to clog up these little filters with the little sprayer. So on the end here, I have a cap, but I'm gonna take it off. That way the water will just kind of go, it'll spit out without going into the sprayers too much. And hopefully I won't block them all and have to undo them. I should prime this pump. Or wait a minute. That's right, you know, I think this is one of them pumps that we don't prime. I need a drink, man. Sticky rice has stuck to my mouth. Oh, strawberry escola. All right, well, all systems go. Let's see if it works. I just ran the cord to an extension cord right now to see if it works. If it works, then I'll run the actual line. Put this over here more. All right, buddy. All right. Come on, work for me. Where is it? Okay. Maybe it's not plugged. Big drum roll. Sorry, it didn't work for you. And please tell me that the freaking power didn't cut. Okay, if power's on, I got power there. This thing should be working, bro. What? The pump itself isn't even seemingly turned on. Don't tell me I dropped my... Let me get back at you. Okay, well, I figured it out just in time because, yeah, it's coming down on me. But I was checking electricity. Electricity was good. I was like, what? And I thought, well, maybe it's because the pump wasn't working. I just took a hammer and went wham, hit it, just started going. And I taped up the ends for suction, and I primed it. I had to prime it a little bit, got it going, and now I can see the waterfall down here at the end. I'm gonna try and finish this video before it totally pours on me. And I brought my 1/2-inch cap. I'm gonna try and cap it. Whoa! If I can. See my camera, I don't know. Oh, come on, bro. Shit birds. I should be able to do this without turning it off, right? Wow. Right? Yeah. Let me see if I can wipe my lens off a little bit. The rain's coming. What? And these are my adjustments on these things. Whoa. I don't know. It looks pretty good. I can't look at it, man. Didn't tell you that part. 2, 3, like 4 twists. 4 twists, give me some of that. Let's see if I can wipe it one more time. Yeah. And one last one. I'm soaking wet. 2, 3, 4. Oh man. Yeah. It looks like it's gone. It goes all the way to here, and it goes all the way out there. That's about right. Well, I can hear now the major pitter-patter of the rain splatter. So I better, seeing how I didn't fix the electrical, I just have my extension cord here. I'll pull that out, get this under the rain. Oh my Lord. Well, That calls for a little bite of cow neo. Let me go over here. I'm soaking wet. But it worked. Although I didn't get to test it going into the filler, but it should work fine. Get my towel here. Oh yeah. Here it comes, man. All right, man. Well, next project. Yeah, that's your rain for you. Well, I'm glad it worked though. But my wife was out here and I was telling her about it, and I was telling her how I just took that short pipe I had, old pipe, and put it in the river. And she reminded me, she said, you know, the big pond we cut on the other side of the garden, it'll always have water. So you should be putting the pipe in that pond. So it'll always suck out water. You don't have to put it in the tank. Okay, you're right. So I hope I don't suck up any little fish. But I still wanted to see if the tank would work that way. Or I could just let it fill up with rain, because the rain, like right now, yeah, it's coming down. But if y'all remember on my pizza oven, the idea, I always had the idea, but I going back and forth on it. And then Dana was explaining a few things to me in the comments, about heat, conduction, whatever. Anyway, so I knew I should probably I'll go ahead with that. I make the door. So I took the measurement, made the door out and stuff, and then what I did was initially I got these are, what does it say, oil splash guard, it's like behind the pan. And this is a bigger one. It's basically aluminum, or maybe aluminum paper. This one looks more like aluminum paper, and this one looks more like aluminum, heavier aluminum, like bacon pan stuff. And I figure if it's bacon pan stuff, it should be able to handle the heat, right? Matter of fact, wait a minute, it's Japanese, so I don't know if it has the heat rating on it. But the idea was, from a pizza oven door is like that, right? It's like a half moon, a little bit angled, but I should say half of a pentagon. No, half of a, not octagon, hexagon. Yeah. Anyway, so it's a half circle. So the idea was to make a wood about that deep wood lip with a plate on the front, the door on the front with that lip on the inside, and then it just goes right in. Instead of like having the door like, something latching it or like that crap, I figured, well, I'll just make the lip on the inside and it'll kind of insert and it'll stay right there. And then what I was going to do is what I probably will still do, is take some of this aluminum, and wrap that around on the inside, staple it or whatever on the inside, folding it to the outside, and then seal the outside with the wood, right? But I thought, because I thought maybe my metal sheet guy would have some sheet metal or something. And then I remembered when I did my when I was cutting the sheet metal up there, or cutting the gully on the top for the A-frame over there, I still had this one piece left over, and it's actually, I think that's coated on both sides, but you know, I flatten this out. I flatten that out real good, and that's going to be the perfect size to cut a pattern out of. So I was like, yeah. So I thought what I would do is, first I just hammer it flat, and then, or as flat as I could, whatever. And then I'd make a fire. Of course, all my wood's wet now. So I'd make a big old fire, and I'd throw that in the fire, see if I can't burn all that stuff off of there. You know what I mean? Don't want to burn it in the oven and have my pizza flavor, whatever that is. If any of you have burned that stuff before, you let me know. But it's pretty thick, so I think it's just, you know, coated with the paint and stuff because of rain and rust maybe. But you put it in a bonfire and it'll pretty much burn all that stuff off, I'm pretty sure. And that was that. So I would cut that in the half moon, put it right on the inside of the, actually I think I might even, now that I thought about having a wood, you know, frame that goes on the insert. But I might even use my flat bar, or not flat bar, but you know, some of the old steel that I have. I could probably take one piece of steel and crease it so it does just that same thing. It's just wide enough, 2.5 inches. Insert. That way I can close up the oven. It's really an open air oven, you know, but as the fire starts to all ash out and stuff, the last minute or whatever of a pizza or anything for that matter, the notable temperature might drop, so I can just slap up the door, keep all that in there. I'll have to check it out. I took delivery of my, you know, my temperature gun. So now I can really check that out and play with it and see how much the door difference is, and like, you know, pay attention to what temperature my food's supposed to be cooked at. But yeah, so I'll use that to pound it out. I could probably pound that out here. But what else I got going? Oh, I also went and I got a motorcycle, wouldn't start. It had been starting like whoa, and then finally it's like battery's dead. So I don't have a battery charger for that. I probably could have figured out how to get my solar to charge it, but not in the rain, right? So I just went and bought a new battery. A new USA battery. 500 baht actually. 350 for the cheaper one. So this is a better one, I think. I'm familiar with the brand. And swapped out the battery in that early in the morning. Done. Starts up like a champ. I think it even runs faster. Is that possible? So yeah. I'm not done. Oh, that's right. It's raining on my wood over there. Shoot. I got wood. I bought 5. Where are they? They're on the ground over there in front of the cooker, in front of the barbecue. I bought 5 big 2-meter slats. It's actually teak wood, but it's to replace the floor. There's like 3 or 4, or 2 or 3 floor panels in the small knockdown that could use replacing. I cracked them and stuff like that, so I thought, oh, I'm gonna go get them. I went down to my wood guy and got those. He wasn't there, they were kind of closed, but you know, he's got his phone over there, and I always scan when I pay anyway, so I called him and he was like at a restaurant in Chiang Mai. He's all, hey, you know, he don't really speak English too much, but he's, you know, he's real happy all the time, real good about trying to learn the English or whatever. And I can speak enough Thai where anyway, so the deal was I told him, I went live with him or whatever, Facebook video, so I could show him the wood, how tall it was, what kind it was, and you know, all that. And so he gave me the price, And so then I just scanned it right there while he was still on the phone. I scanned, paid, and then I could hear his phone go ping. He's all, oh yeah, so he got it, and he's like, yeah, it was great. And I could hear his wife in the background saying like, oh man, that guy's smart, you know. But in reality, that's probably one way they could set that whole place up, you know. If they put signs up there, you know, call this number if you want your wood now. Nobody's here. Call the number, scan, pay, and have a good day. You know, it's kind of like, you know, when you have, remember those, in America they probably have them, they probably have them in Europe too, where you'd have a market, or not really a market, but like out in front of your house, you'd have a whole boatload of fruit, you know, in baskets and stuff like that. And then like an old can or a bucket where you would put the money. So you could just drive up, nobody'd be there, and they might be back in the house or something. But, you know, it's like trust pay or whatever. So you pull up, pick what you want, toss the money in the can, and you're on your way, man. Pretty cool. They do that actually in Florida. I remember they do that for cemeteries. Like, you know, in the roads leading up to the national cemeteries and stuff. All these flowers and stuff, some flags and all that stuff. It's all trust. You just drive up, throw your money. Actually, some of them are probably donation. You just put your money in a box or whatever and take off. You know, it's rural enough that I guess there's not a lot of thievery, but it might catch up. But not here, you know, there's enough wood guys selling wood. Nobody's gonna steal their wood. I could have stole that. I could have just took it and put it in my truck and left. But no. Anyway, so I'm glad I got all that wood got the wood picked up. I got the whole water thing swapped out and running, getting filled. I got water turned on in now for the shower. I can get a shower going. I got the pump sorted out. The sprayers are going to come out just fine. Nice, powerful, and I like it. They can just turn it and adjust it, and it covers both the beds, both garden beds, so it should be plenty of water. And it looked like it was touching each other this way as well as that way, and there was only 4 of them. I bought 10. So maybe I'll set it up here in the back if I can figure that out. Maybe put the water, have the pump come from the canal in the back. Although that canal doesn't always have water. Anyway, what else? I know there was other stuff that I wanted to do. Maybe even other stuff that I did that I included in other videos. But but I never posted those videos because I wasn't finished with the video because of rain or this or that or whatever. And whatever. I really don't want to go through, you know, 5 hours of video to capture the content for just the one video. Most of my videos are at least 30 minutes. And if not 40, but most of them are 30 minutes because, you know, there's like I said, I'm doing several things. I could break my videos up and say, okay, this is how I did the water thing. That's a whole video, maybe 15 minutes. And this is how I did the pump sprinkler thing. And this is how I did the pizza door thing. And the motorbike battery thing. I could break them up like that, but I don't do that. Part of the reason is because, you know, I want to include it on all one video because, you know, in my thinking, and I was correct actually, which was that, you know, the average time that people view your videos, nobody watches. All right, there's probably a few people. I got like 1,100 subscribers or whatever, right? I'm sure there's some that just put it on the TV and, you know, do their thing, doing their math or whatever, listening to my video for the whole video, and I appreciate that. That's totally cool, especially because I'll know because they'll pick up on something innocuous in there, something, they'll comment on it or whatever like that. But the average view time is still only about 12 minutes or so, which is pretty good. And the reason I think that it gets up longer than I think the average for YouTube is like 9 minutes or something, or 6 minutes, I don't know. But anyway, I noticed when I looked, mine was a little bit longer than average for like new channels and stuff. And that's because I have those 3, 4, 5 different things in one video. Even if they're skipping through it, they're gonna skip through to check each one of those things to see what that was. Unless they're going straight for the pizza. But, you know, so people will look for those different things, and so that keeps them engaged, and it gives me a little bit of a higher view time. But for me, I don't care. I mean, yeah, do I want you to watch it for the whole thing? That would be awesome. But I couldn't watch me for the whole thing. When I edit it, I can't watch me in the whole thing. But I like making the video for the whole, I mean, you know, I like making it. And that's my part of it. So, you know, there's still millions of people that don't watch it at all. So why should I worry about somebody who's watching only 5 minutes or only the section that, you know, I chop my hand off or something like that. So that's my 2 cents on YouTube viewing. Anyway, I don't know, it's probably 2 o'clock. I've eaten except for the cow meal. I think I'm still gonna pound out that tin, see how it responds. Maybe when I pound it, it chips or something. And then get something to eat, get a shower. And hopefully, the rain's slowing down, but not a whole lot. It's all one color. It's nice and bright over there, and it actually moves this way. So maybe it'll disappear by dinner. If so, maybe I'd throw my drone up there and get some storm coverage. All right, man. Well, thanks for watching again. I appreciate all who watched for a long time. And oh yeah, a little update on my previous video where I wanted to get 100 comments so my wife could do my chores. Yeah, no, I think I got like 70. I was almost there, man. All right, man. Okay, well, I did just fly my drone. I took off from the backside here and then I almost lost my drone because, you know, of course, my phone battery was dead, or it was dying. I think it's at 10% when I took off, and it got like, I took off way over there, and I went over the telephone lines, I believe, and I was gonna just keep going straight all the way and then up and over and around and stuff. But I got up over there, and all of a sudden I looked down, my phone was totally black, so the battery died, and I was like, oh crap! But I could see the drone, so I used my remote still. The remote's still connected, so I turned him around and had him coming back this way, but I lost him in the clouds or something, and I was like, oh crap! And so then I went back. I'm like, come on phone, and my phone's messed up actually. Sometimes you can hit it, and all of a sudden you have like 30% battery back or whatever. Then if you use it, that 30 will drop down to 3. Anyway, got the phone back on, and you know, kept it all connected. Got the phone back on, and got the Wi-Fi connected. And anyway, then it showed up, and as soon as it showed up, I hit the return to home automatic feature so that, you know, at least I could remember that. But it came back and I got it. Oh, phew. But even before that, when I took off, I was taking off all around here, looking at stuff, trying to, and camera wasn't following it. I don't know if it's because, you know, the clouds or whatever. It's like there's a delay when you're watching the screen. Other than it, I do get the warning that my CPU on my phone is constantly full or whatever. Anyway, so couldn't see it good and like that. So I don't even know if I got video good, man. I have to patch it all together. But it was cool here at first, and then I lost it again. But back there, same thing actually. What happened was I was running it, and then I was like, well, where the hell is it going? And then I was getting that battery notification, so I hit return to home on that one too. Return to home, it actually goes way up high to its limit, which is like 90 meters or whatever. And then it goes to where you are, and then it starts to come down. And once you see it or hear it, you know, where you can get control of it, you can hit return, or you can hit cancel return, and then take control of it again. I just checked my water. Looks like it's all in good shape. We're still waiting for the alarm to take place, and then I'll hook up the electrical for the, you know, float valve, float switch Yeah, float switch. All right. Well, hey, like I said before, and thanks for watching. And keep watching, and I get back at you. There's more drone stuff, actually. Yeah.